Hi. It is Saturday, June 12th. It's like 10 in the afternoon now, so it's noon in Kansas City. I've been up since 5 a.m. and me and Trevor hit up a new disc golf course and it was fun. It was actually like there was grass and water and trees, and I was able to throw a bunch of nice roller shots that got some good distance and good angle threw two discs into the water, but it was only like 3 feet deep, so I was able to climb in and grab them. So that's cool, especially since they're like expensive discs. I threw a $25 one and a $20 one into the water. Uh, and then I almost threw one in again, but it barely held on. But definitely we'll be back at that course. It's definitely my favorite one from being out here so far. Even like the holes that play over water, they play maybe like 200 feet at most, and at like the least, it's like 70 feet. So you can easily clear that without worrying. There's some trees in the way of some of them though. So like if you hang a disc in one of those and it bounces out and it could go into the water pretty easily. But again, the water's only 3 feet. There are signs that say no swimming or wading next to the water. Definitely ignored those signs. I am not leaving $45 in the water. Sorry. Then we were able to go get our oil changed right down the street at Jiffy Lube. So that was nice. They didn't put my hood down all the way, and it popped up, but it caught on the lock, thankfully. So I just popped it back down because I was going to Walmart to do some grocery shopping. Bought a 20-pound bag of rice. I was like, this is close to what I normally buy. I normally buy like 2 pounds of rice. Or five, I think it might be a 5 pound bag, but still. So yeah, this is huge, huge. And I bought like 2 6 packs. Like I bought some Blue Moon and some other drink, Smirnoffs, I think. Yeah. And the cashier clerk was like, "It's you're only 23 and you're drinking this much." I'm like, "I'm 23. Of course I'm drinking this much." She's like, "Do your parents know that you're drinking this much?" I'm like, "Well, my parents are in Missouri, but probably." I've been drinking this much since I was 21, so I mean that's nothing too. I mean I'm grocery shopping. That's to stock the fridge. I'm not drinking that all in one sitting, which I said that. So I mean, there's that. Uh, so that was funny. So that's probably like some of the most social interaction. The guy behind me and Trevor, there was a solo. He liked some of my rollers. He actually clapped for some of them, and then I bailed out like hard right on 18 to avoid the water because I didn't want to throw over it. And he's like, "Yep, the extra safe play." I'm like, "Yep, always," because I don't have trust to throw 200 feet of distance, especially since my sidearm was kind of lacking today. I probably could have cleared it with my Firebird, but I didn't want to try. I'll probably try next time. Now that I know the course, we know where we're going. It can definitely try to be a little bit more aggressive on some of these holes because we didn't birdie anything. We got a lot of pars, and then there's raised baskets, so that was neat. They're like double the height of a normal basket. So that was some putting challenges. We hit some good putts today. Hit some really bad putts today. Had some awful sidearms. Had some great sidearms. A bunch of great rollers. Uh, And then yeah, we just went grocery shopping, got all of our groceries, took out the recycling because it had been piling up, and I was like, all right, I have now I have to be serious because I have it goes into this old Amazon because I didn't want to buy a recycling bin whenever I could just use a cardboard box, and it was stacked like 6 times higher than this box because of how much stuff I've gone through with unpacking. I was just like, need to, take out the recycling a little bit more. Little bit more. Uh, but yeah, like, the weather was perfect. We were out there, I think we got there around 6 was when we started. And it was perfect. I mean, it was 70 degrees the entire time that we were playing. It got up to like 81 by the time we finished, which was like at 7:30. So, yeah, an hour and a half. I mean, it raised 10 to 15 degrees since we got there, but yeah, that's the best weather we've had. There's no beating sun. It would have been hard to start at 7, I think. It's like if we started at 7, it might have been like 77, and then we'd still be playing, and it'd probably end 18 with it being 92 to 95. It's supposed to be like hot as hell this week, though. It's supposed to be like 116 the entire week. It's like, and it's supposed to, apparently that's normal, so might be chilling on staying indoors. Because that's kind of hot. That is kind of hot, not gonna lie. Especially since I have no AC. Uh, but pretty happy with where I'm at right now. Feel like I'm learning well on my job, and I'm able to like speak with confidence on things. I think is one of the key things because like I'll use some of my knowledge from back in KC whenever I was doing the billing side of things to figure out how to actually expense some of this stuff. In my opinion, from a shop perspective, based on what I know the stuff is. So that's a neat perspective that I think I'm adding to the team. That I don't think that because they don't really know a bunch of the accounts payable type stuff. Like I had a bunch of interaction with accounts payable over my 4.5 years of being with U-Haul. And I think I have a pretty good statement on how to expense things. I just have to look up the ARMS account, translate that to an Oracle account, and then translate that to an SAP account to figure out how to expense it. But it's all good because the computer just tells you it, and looking it up takes just like 5 minutes, if that. But yeah, I'm having a good time. I feel like I'll be able to actually start having a couple days of work from home soon at this rate, especially once I get I need to get set up for it, and then I need to have work because I've kind of blown through all of my work so far because we don't get new projects until sometime next week after close. So we worked some of the stuff that we didn't get done for this close. It was like April and May stuff. But we have to hold some stuff because the costs aren't in yet or it hasn't been reconciled yet. So that's normal. But once we get this new cycle through, should have a decent amount of work, be able to keep working on my asset transfers and my asset conversions and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I'm having a great time in Phoenix. And today, like driving with no AC, I just have to go get stuff done early. I've figured out now. So It's nice. Uh, Hope everyone's having a great time at home, and I miss everybody. So say hi. Hi.